welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm April. Hello! I make weekly videos every Sunday at 6 PM on things ranging from fashion, lifestyle, Disney and everything in between. And today's video is a very exciting one because we are talking dining at Disney World. It is our 60-day window where we can book our dining reservations this week. Whilst I put this video up, I would have hopefully got everything, and I wanted to talk to you about the ones that I'm hoping for us to get and confirm in this video after I edit it, and all of the ones that we got last year and what our opinions were. So I've got loads of notes on my phone of all the places that I remember that we ate, because it has been a year since we went nearly, but I managed to kind of write some notes down when we were there, so I will reference them as much as I can. But I really wanted to kind of film this video because it is an absolute minefield when it comes to dining reservations. There are so many places for you to eat in Disney World, in Orlando as a whole thing, but I just wanted to focus on Disney World. And obviously with the 60-day window opening up for us, it is very much on my mind. I've had a list of places that me and Andy have been discussing over the past few weeks, kind of discussing if there was ones we wanted to revisit from last year, this year. But yeah, just so excited to talk to you about it. I know every time I speak about it on my Instagram, I always get people wanting me to share the recommendations of where we went or where other people have mentioned to us have went. So really wanted to make this video as kind of like a kind of information centre of dining reservations, kind of based on mine and Andy, my boyfriend's palette, because as much as I am fussy, I have got a lot better. So I find I have been experimenting a lot more with kind of restaurants and stuff. I don't want to just be in chicken strips and fries as much as I love them. I do want to obviously be kind of delving more into different cuisines, different cultures of food and stuff. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you here. I have obviously got Walt Disney World vlogs coming your way in a matter of months, and if you want your taste of Walt Disney World vlogs, I have filmed my whole trip last year, and you will see all of the kind of places we ate last year if you wanted to watch that whole series. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So what I think I'll do first, before kind of delving too much into the video, is just go through the list of dining reservations we want to book for our trip this year. But unfortunately I'm going to be at work when the dining reservation window opens for us, so I'm hoping to do it either on my lunch break or when I get home from work. I know only a certain amount of days get opened before like the 60 days and stuff, so I feel like I'm just going to be checking the app nearly every day trying to find ones if I don't manage to get them all. But yeah, I thought I'd reference my phone. By the way, I got a new phone case ready for Disney, and how amazing is it? It's from Triton Treasures. I'll link them in the description below, but they have brought out 2 new phone cases that are just incredible. This is obviously Walt Disney World themed. You've got Spaceship Earth, and they've actually got a Disneyland one as well. I want to get my mum because well, I'll say it, I think I might have mentioned it, but we are going to Disneyland California later this year. I'm going to film a whole video of us obviously telling you about our trip, but I'm so excited to be going back to California. It was the first park I ever visited in 2019, and I'm just so excited. I'm of course going to be vlogging it, so there's going to be more Disney park videos later this year, and I can't wait. But let's not get sidetracked. I want to talk to you about our up and coming Disney World trip first. So the dining reservations that I've got on my phone here, the ones that we most definitely want to go to. The first one is Tusker House, and you'll notice when I'm talking about this, a lot of the reservations we want to get off for breakfast One, because they're cheaper than a lot of the other dining reservations you can get. Lunch and dinner are normally the most expensive ones, especially in terms of like Ohana and those big popular kind of all you can eat ones. They are a lot more expensive when it comes to dinner, so we kind of wanted to fill ourselves up at the start of the day so we could then just snack for the rest of the day. So Tusker House is one of them. That's in Animal Kingdom. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've seen a lot of people go there and the character interaction looks amazing. You get to see quite a lot of characters in their safari gear. I know it's more aimed towards kind of children or like younger teenagers and stuff, but I really like the look of it. We haven't ever done any dining reservations with characters. I think when we went last year they were only then just bringing a lot more of it back, so I think that would be really cool to get. So the next one that we want to get is Ohana's, but this time again for breakfast. This is again another character dining. I believe this has only come back in the like last 6 or 7 months, because it definitely wasn't happening when we went. This is where you can meet Lilo and Stitch. You can meet Mickey and Minnie in their Hawaiian like Polynesian outfits, which I'm really excited about. This is a considerably cheaper than the dinner one. We absolutely loved the dinner one, and I'll go into this more a little bit later in the video when we talk about all the dining reservations we had last year. But we did go to Ohana's for dinner last year, and whilst we absolutely loved it, we kind of wanted to experience another kind of dining setting, so breakfast seemed like a really good idea. Again, I believe it's served family style again, so they bring it to your table and you get as much as you want, and I can't wait for it. It's a really good way to either start on Epcot or Magic Kingdom Day, because you're obviously on the monorail loop, so you'll be able to go there and then hop on it on monorail and then have your day and fill yourself up. So I'm really looking forward to that. Love the Polynesian, the theme and everything. That it was such a cool vibe. I would absolutely love to stay there, so fingers crossed in the future we may be able to stay there, but you never know. So the next one is our last breakfast one. It is the last character dining that we'll be doing, which is Topolinos, which is at the top of the Riviera Resort. Now I tried to get this last year when we were actually there, because we stayed at Caribbean Beach and it's literally a walk away from the Riviera, but I could never get the reservations for it, so I'm hoping this year we'll be able to. You can meet artist Mickey and Minnie, Donald, Daisy, I think Pluto and Goofy might be there as well, but the food looks absolutely incredible. We're massive breakfast lovers. We love going for brunch and breakfast in the UK as well, so it just felt like the perfect use of our dining credits if we're allowed to use them, and a lot of these I'll have to look into them, but we really wanted to kind of have the opportunity to meet some characters. We didn't really meet any characters last year, and whilst I sometimes feel a little bit awkward talking to them, I feel like when you're having breakfast and stuff, it kind of breaks it up a little bit and gives you something a little bit more to talk to than just going up to them in the parks and stuff. So yeah, fingers crossed for Topolinos. So the next ones I'm going to talk about will be ones that I either want to get for lunch or dinner, and the next two are Space 220 in the Lounge, which is the newest restaurant in Epcot, which is near Mission Space. This is all themed around you going out of Epcot into space, and it looks so cool from what I've seen on people's vlogs. I have determined that the lounge is probably the better and the cheaper option, other than actually going into the restaurant, which is a set menu. We're not the type of people that would really pay a lot of money for a set menu. Like I said, I'm a bit fussy, so I don't always like a lot of the things that they have on the menus, and I didn't really want to kind of commit to that much money. I believe it's around $60 to $80, which is quite a lot when it's two of you, and that doesn't even include your drink. So I want to get a lounge reservation so we can just have a little nibble, either if that's like lunch or between lunch and dinner. I believe the waffle and chicken is meant to be really good, and some of the cocktails are meant to be amazing, so hoping to do that and just kind of experience the whole restaurant and it looks really cool, like I said, and I'm massively into space. I'm gutted we're not going to Kennedy Space Centre this trip. I really wanted to, but it's quite far out from Disney World, so we couldn't really justify going, but who knows, maybe in the future we might be able to go. But this is kind of my little slice of space and I can't wait. And then the last one that I kind of want to get for lunch or dinner in the parks is, well, on the outskirts of the parks, is Beaches and Cream, which I believe is at the Beach Club, and this looks amazing. I don't know if me and Andy will be ordering the kitchen sink, because I don't think we'll be able to both eat it between us, but that is the restaurant that is obviously famed for the kitchen sink. But it looks like it's quite a lot of food that we would like anyway. It looked quite a reasonable price. I believe Adam Hatton and Gary C went there on a previous trip and it looked really nice, and I've seen quite a few other people go there on their vlogs and stuff, so I thought it would just be a different one. We could always kind of have a break from Epcot and just go walk around the boardwalk. We really liked walking along there last year, so I thought that would be like a nice way to break up our park days, not have a whole day in the parks, and kind of like have a little bit of a chill. And then another one in the Epcot area, but this is for dinner, is Teppanyaki, which is the Japanese restaurant where the chefs are cooking in front of you and you sit round the kind of like hot stove kind of thing. This is one that I have always wanted to do, but I couldn't really justify kind of putting it in our budgets last year because we obviously had quite a lot of other diner reservations. We kind of wanted to prioritise. Sorry, I'm talking 100 miles per hour here, but I'm just so excited about all these diner reservations. But I think I like to always keep one kind of special diner reservation. I know Hana last year was ours for dinner, and I feel like Teppanyaki is going to be our one for this year. It is pricey, I'm not going to be around the bush, but I'm hoping our dining credits will kind of cover it a little bit. But it looks amazing. It's one of those restaurants where you're kind of focused on the experience of it as well, so I'm really looking forward to going there and hoping I'll get the reservation for it. You'll have to excuse the fact that I'm filming this on my phone, but I'm literally editing the video as we speak, and I have realised I forgot to mention one of the most important reservations I'm going to try and get, and that is for a brand new restaurant that is opening in March, which is the Roundup Rodeo barbecue restaurant in Toy Story Land in Hollywood Studios. It has been very highly anticipated, so I really want to try it and get a reservation there just to kind of check it out and show the vlogs and everything. So hopefully we manage to get that. I'll be sure to include it if we do. And I've just been looking at all of the enchanted extras that we might want to do as well, and they open up at 60 days before for us as well, so lots of exciting plans to update you with in the vlogs. But yeah, just wanted to mention that before I continue with the video. So yeah, they're all the diner reservations I hope we get. You'll know by the end of this clip where we stand with them, hopefully, fingers crossed. But let's get into the diner reservations we had last year and where we ate and stuff, and if we would recommend them. So let's get talking about diner reservations and where we ate last year. Again, I've got a list of it because I didn't realise we ate at quite a lot of restaurants last year. So I'm going to try and do it from like kind of chronological order of where we ate, like from our first day and stuff. So the first diner reservation we had was the Grand Floridian Cafe, and that was on our first full day. We decided we kind of wanted to take a bit of a slower pace on our first day, so we went there for breakfast. It was amazing. If you've seen the vlogs, we had, Andy had like a full English kind of thing, but obviously American style. I had the chicken and waffles, which is one of the most popular items on the menu, and it was incredible. It was like coated in some kind of like cornflakes kind of thing, and I really want to get that again this year. I know I didn't put that on the list, but I think that it's not too hard to get reservations for that, so if I see one pop up I might do it, or might do it for dinner. But I really recommend going there. It was slightly on the pricier side, but we were really full up. Our server was amazing. I think his name was Mo. Absolute brilliant start to our trip, and one I would definitely recommend doing. Especially at the start of your trip, like on one of your first mornings. It's such a lovely way to kind of like ease yourself into the Florida time and the heat and everything. Really lovely. And visiting the Grand Floridian on your first day and when you're not staying there, it's just amazing. We really liked having like a walk around it. But yeah, Grand Floridian Cafe, massive tick from us, and one I would definitely recommend. So the next one, I'm probably not going to do this in chronological order, judging by how I've written it down, because I already can't remember where else we ate after Grand Floridian Cafe. So the next one I've got on here was Ohana's. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I've obviously talked about it on the ones that we want to book for this year. But we went there for dinner. I feel like it was at the end of our first week or start of our second. That was our one like kind of blowout special meal. I believe it was around $60 each plus tax and then the drinks. I think it ended up being about $150 including tip. So a very pricey meal, and we were so full. We felt really bad because we didn't eat everything. Between two people they bring out so much food, probably something that would be suitable for 4 people. And whilst I wanted to ask for more, I think we asked for more pop stickers, but they literally brought out like another 14. I was like, I'm not going to eat all of that. So yeah, the food was amazing. I dream about the bread that they bring out at the first, and the dessert, absolutely amazing. The chicken was so good, and the noodles and stuff. I would absolutely love to go there again this year if I find a reservation that might pop up and things don't work out with any of our other ones. I may consider going there again, but it is such a pricey restaurant. There's no beating around the bush about it. It is one of those special kind of restaurants that I would recommend going to once, but I don't feel like we would, unless something comes up and we come into a little bit of money. Like there's loads of different situations that would have to crop up for us to go back there, but I'm so glad we did it, and it's definitely one that I would recommend doing just to say you have, because the food is absolutely incredible and our service was amazing. There's a man that walks around with the ukulele, and you obviously get the view of the Magic Kingdom if you're near the windows and everything. So yeah, it's a really lovely place to visit, and I'm hoping that the breakfast is just as good, if not more. So the next one I've got on my list is Jack and Yeti, which is in Animal Kingdom. We heard such good things about this, and I have to say I was a little bit disappointed with it. Whilst we liked the food we got, I feel like we got egg fried rice and some like Korean fried chicken or something. It was pricey again. We shared both of the large dishes because we couldn't believe how much it was. I'm saying this as if I didn't know that Disney was going to be expensive. I knew it was going to be expensive, but for the portion sizes of what we paid, I was really a little bit disappointed. It all tasted amazing. Our server was amazing. Really liked the whole vibe of the restaurant. I think we went for lunch, so maybe it would have been better at dinner time. I'm not sure. We sat upstairs and it felt like we were kind of like out of the way of it a little bit, like walking through to get to our table and then to get out. It felt like it was a little bit more bustling downstairs, so maybe we were just seated somewhere different. But I think that because we kind of shared our meals, I think it cost us, it must have been about $60–70, which is a lot for a lunch, and I just didn't feel like we were satisfied with it. Like, it tasted nice and stuff, like I said, but probably wouldn't go back there. I heard I think there's a quick service where you can get quite a lot of the same food, obviously kind of a little bit of a different quality, but I think we'll be going there rather than going to a sit down meal in Animal Kingdom. So yeah, probably won't be going back there. If you like that kind of food, maybe look at the menu and the prices and kind of budget it in if you do fancy going. I know it's a lot of people's favourite ones. I think you can again get reservations quite easily for that, or like walk up reservations, so something to think about. The next one is Nine Dragons, which is an Epcot in the China Pavilion. Again, this comes highly spoken about. A lot of people like going there, and whilst we liked the food we got, it was really yummy, it was really nice, we ate all of it. Again, it was very overpriced for what it was. It was effectively a Chinese takeaway that was a bit more authentic than the ones that you get in the UK. Really like the atmosphere in it and everything. We got free refills on our drinks, which I absolutely love in America. Wish that would come to the UK, but it never will. But again, I think we shared, it was like some duck that we got and some rice. I'm trying to think of what else we got, but we shared it because it was so expensive. Like, we didn't really budget too heavily on this on our last trip, but I felt like our money wasn't going as far as we thought it was going to. So again, probably not something we're going to go back to. I know there's a quick service right next to it, so we'll probably end up going there again because we ate there, and then got some orange chicken, which was really nice. So would recommend going to the quick service if you didn't really want to go to the sit down meal. I don't really want to come across that I'm being negative about any other dining reservations. I really want to obviously come across with my honest opinions, and if I think it's worth it, if you're wanting to spend that little bit more money on certain ones. I know they're sit down restaurants, so they are going to be a little bit more expensive, but when you're paying that amount of money, you kind of want to make sure it's worthwhile, and you want to look back on it and go, yeah, I really like that, really worth the money and everything. So I feel like we've learnt a lot from the dining reservations we made last year, and really inputting that into what we want to kind of book for this year. So the next one is Le Celier, which was a dining reservation I got on a walk up in our last evening in Epcot, which was our last evening in Florida. Now again, this is very highly recommended. I think it's a signature restaurant, so it comes with an even heftier price tag, but we had about 120 dining dollars left, so we kind of wanted to have a nice meal to finish our trip off. We wanted to kind of go somewhere a little bit special. I remember being in the queue for Spaceship Earth and managing to get on the queue, the wait list, and we obviously got it, which is a really good way of kind of seeing if there's going to be any availability for some of those restaurants that you might not have been able to get in your 60-day dining reservation window. But that was probably the restaurant we were the least impressed with about the food. The server we had was really lovely. She was really like informative about the restaurant and kind of what she recommended and stuff. The pretzel bread that they bring you at first is amazing. I think I had about 3 sticks of that because that was by far the best bit that they served us. And he had a piece of steak. He wasn't massively blown away by it. It was about $60, so it wasn't a cheap bit of steak whatsoever, but he said he's had better ones in kind of the chain restaurants in the UK. So, and I had the poutine, and I'm a massive lover of poutine. I make it at home. It's obviously not as good. We had poutine at the, is it the refreshment port on the start of the World Showcase going in from Canada, and that was amazing. I absolutely loved that. But the poutine we had in Le Celier, which was my main meal, I didn't want a steak, I didn't want anything like that, I just wanted the poutine, and I was so disappointed with it. The red wine reserve or gravy, whatever they put on it, was so overpowering and so strong that I just couldn't eat it. It was taking my breath away. I think we both got a cocktail and I got a pint of Coke and I literally downed it. And then I had to have some water as well because it was just so rich and strong, which is lovely. But maybe that's just my fault of ordering something, but I would have assumed going to a signature restaurant in Canada where poutine is obviously a national dish, it would be kind of what I would be expecting, but it was obviously a slightly posher version of it. Maybe I'm too common to have a posh poutine, but wasn't a massive fan of it. I managed to eat most of it, but it was very strong. It's one of those restaurants that we probably won't ever go back to, mainly for the price, but also because I just don't, well, I wasn't impressed with it. And I'm sorry if I'm being a bit negative in this video, but like I said, I kind of want to give you our honest opinion. It was a little bit hard for us to do that obviously when we were in Florida, so that's why I kind of wanted to make the video of recapping of where we ate and what our opinions were. So the next one is SciFi Dining, which is a sit-down restaurant in Hollywood Studios. We booked this, and later on before we went I booked Andy a lightsaber kind of experience where you could build your own lightsaber, and that crossed over with our SciFi Dining. I could have gone to see if I could dine early. Honestly, didn't cross my mind that we were probably able to do that, so I felt on my behalf we were a little bit rushed. We had a server that was in training, so it did take a little bit longer. Nothing against him, he was absolutely amazing. We gave him a very big tip because he was amazing, but I feel like I didn't really experience SciFi Dining like I probably was meant to. The food was amazing, nothing to write home about really. It was really good. It was like burgers, hot dogs, that sort of thing. I think I had a burger with some bacon and cheese, and Andy might have had a chicken burger. Really good. The milkshakes were amazing, literally tastes like ice cream. I would probably go back there again. It's difficult because again it was expensive for what it was. We could have gone to a quick service and got a burger, wouldn't have tasted as nice. And I feel like the big draw of obviously SciFi Dining is the atmosphere, being able to kind of watch the films and stuff when you're in the car. But yeah, it was good. I would recommend going if you kind of want that themed experience. It's a little bit jarring when you first walk in, coming from kind of like full sunshine in Florida to then walking in kind of like really low lighted restaurant. It just felt a little bit of a, it took you a few minutes to adjust and everything, but really enjoyed that, and would maybe consider about going this year because I don't think we've got any that we wanted to book in when it comes to Hollywood Studios. I've had a look at a few of the different ones, but the menus really didn't kind of like stand out anything to me, so maybe SciFi Dining is another one that we might consider. So the next one is again in in Hollywood Studios, and it's Ogre's Cantina, which is kind of like a bar experience. And I obviously booked this with Andy being an absolute massive lover of Star Wars. I really wanted him to have like kind of the full experience of going to Galaxy's Edge, and Ogre's Cantina came again highly recommended, and it was a really cool experience. It was very authentic, I would assume, of being in kind of like a cantina in Star Wars, but again it was very, very expensive. Me and Andy both got 2 drinks between us, and I think it cost us about $30 to $40. And I know they were themed drinks, it was all about, you're kind of paying for the experience, but it's probably something we're not going to be able to do again because we just can't budget that much to just go in there for 2 drinks. I believe they started serving a few more bits of food, so maybe that's more of a destination where someone can have some snacks and stuff and drinks. But whilst we love the atmosphere and experience, I feel like it's one where we've kind of done it once and we don't need to do it again, other than if Andy kind of wants to fancy going in again, maybe on Star Wars Day, just to kind of fully immerse himself in it. But yeah, I love that Ogre's Cantina, just probably wouldn't do it again. And then the last few things I kind of want to talk about were things that we didn't have dining reservations for, and you don't need dining reservations for, but ones I would recommend going to, and ones we will be going to again this year, and that is places like Blaze, Deluxe Burger, Chicken Guy, the quick services in the resorts. We obviously stayed at Caribbean Beach last year, and I think their food court is called Centertown Market. We really liked it. It was really easy. We did mobile order most of the time. The chicken strips and fries were always a good snack for us to have if we didn't really want anything else. I think we ordered a pizza once. But yeah, we also went to Pop Century, which is where we're staying this year, and we really like their food court there as well. It's far bigger than the Caribbean Beach one, so I feel like you're not going to feel as on top of each other at Pop Century, so that will be really nice, and we look forward to having many chicken stripping fries in there. But in terms of like Deluxe Burger and Blaze, we'll both be going there again because we really liked it. We were a little bit overwhelmed when it came to Blaze because we went there on our first evening just after we landed, so we didn't really take too much in, so we just ordered one that was already like pre-done on the menu. But I feel like we really want to like kind of get into it and customise our pizzas this year, so we will definitely be going back. That might be something that we'll go and get again on our first night when we go to Disney Springs. And Deluxe Burger, I'm a massive like beef burger lover, so I absolutely love going there. I really recommend going there. They had loads of different kind of like customizations of what you do with your burgers. Would recommend sharing some fries between you because they are absolutely massive. We didn't even finish both of them off together. And then Chicken Guy, I know a lot of people really like that. I wasn't massively blown away with it. I've had kind of like better chicken strips and stuff in the UK. I know a lot of it is about the sauces and stuff, but I didn't really go much on it, so I probably won't go back there again. And it kind of like saved my stomach for other places in Disney Springs, which is of course including Gideon's, which I can't wait to go back to. You bet I'm going to be bringing some home because I hear you can freeze them for up to 3 months, so I will be buying as many as I can and eating as many as I can there because I absolutely love those cookies. They are amazing, and I would definitely recommend going there. We did the virtual queue where if you're a UK citizen and you don't have an American number, she just got me to set an alarm for like 4 hours, and where we went back and we then had to wait in a kind of a shorter queue, but we went around Disney Springs, around the shops and stuff, so it really went by quite quickly, and they are definitely worth waiting for because they are amazing. And then the last things I kind of want to mention, when we go again this year, we're going around the same time, so it will be Flower and Garden Festival, where they all obviously have loads of different food booths, and I can't wait to go back and see if there's any new foods that we can try. I really like to walk around World Showcase and trying all of the different little foods and stuff. Frushi is one thing I'm really excited to get again. We had quite a few portions of that, so that was really nice. Violet lemonade, there was like a pretzel cheese bread that I got last year that was really nice, and I just really like going around all of the different food booths and stuff. So yeah, I hope this video has been somewhat informative for you. I will try to put as much information as I can that I would think is useful in the description below. I'm conscious this video is going to be very long because I feel like I'm losing my voice and I'm trying to catch my breath as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If there's any other videos in terms of Disney that you'd like to see, or anything else with fashion or lifestyle, please leave them in the comments below, as I do take requests for some videos that you want to see. But the next few weeks will be probably including some Disney outfit planning, Disney pack with me, what's in my park bag and everything, so lots of Disney content coming your way. But yeah, until next Sunday, I shall see you later. Bye.